Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has suggested that some authorities in the country are not doing enough to protect people from air raids. He made the statement after reports suggested that 4 people were killed and 34 injured in Russia's latest attacks. Ukraine's armed forces have said that the air defense shot down 29 of 31 Iranian-made Shahed drones. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has urged Turkey to immediately finalize Sweden's NATO bid. He said that the Nordic country has already taken significant steps to address Ankara's objection to its membership. Blinken met with Sweden's Prime Minister in the city of Luleå. He said that Washington will continue to work to help Sweden join NATO in time for the upcoming summit in July. NATO will send 700 more troops to Kosovo. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg has said that another KFOR battalion will be put on high alert. This comes as unrest in the region has intensified. Clashes broke out after ethnic Albanian mayors took office in the country's Serb-majority areas. Around 30 NATO soldiers have been injured in the violent clashes. Some 4,000 NATO troops are already deployed in Kosovo. North Korea has said that its spy satellite launch has failed. The rocket's second stage malfunctioned. The launch reportedly failed due to instability in the engine and fuel system. The satellite crashed into the sea. This was North Korea's 6th satellite launch attempt and the second one since 2016. North Korea's spy satellite launched triggered sirens in Japan and South Korea. The Japanese government issued an emergency warning for residents. They were asked to take shelter. Meanwhile, South Korean authorities asked citizens to prepare for a potential evacuation. The United States has said that a Chinese fighter jet carried out a quote-unquote unnecessarily aggressive maneuver near a U.S. military plane over the South China Sea. The statement said that the Chinese J-16 aircraft carried out the maneuver last week. It forced the U.S. aircraft to fly through its turbulence. In December last year, a Chinese military plane came within 3 meters of a U.S. Air Force aircraft. The U.S. aircraft had been forced to take evasive maneuvers to avoid a collision. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is all set to visit Washington, D.C. next week. He will hold talks with U.S. President Joe Biden. The two leaders will discuss economic ties, military support to Ukraine, and the ongoing war. This will be Sunak's first official visit to Washington since he became Britain's Prime Minister last October. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal or Prachanda is all set to visit India for a 4-day official trip. He will meet India's Prime Minister, President and Vice President. The leaders will hold talks on bilateral partnerships between India and Nepal. Prachanda's visit will begin with a wreath-laying memorial at the Memorial of Mahatma Gandhi in New Delhi. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan will appear at the Islamabad High Court today. This is to present a bail plea in the Al-Qadir Trust case. Khan was granted bail in this case earlier, but it has now expired. The court will also hear pleas related to other cases. Clashes broke out between indigenous groups and police officials in Brazil. The protest was over a bill that would limit indigenous people's ability to win protected status for their ancestral lands. Protesters outside Sao Paulo used bows and arrows to attack police officials. The police in turn resorted to tear gas to disperse the protesters. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has called for increased economic, cultural and social integration between South American countries. This comes on the sidelines of the South American Unity Summit held in Brazil. This is the first gathering of regional leaders in almost a decade. Lula has urged South American state banks to work together to finance development in the region. He also proposed the creation of a regional energy market. Heavy rainfall caused flash floods in Turkey's capital Ankara. Cars were left stranded in an underpass after the main road submerged. Trapped drivers were rescued by the emergency services. The European Union is looking to double its aerial firefighting fleet this summer. This is for the upcoming wildfire season. The EU will add 24 planes and 10 helicopters to its firefighting fleet. The EU has cited rising forest fires caused by climate change as the reason behind the fleet expansion. Last year, at least 21 out of the 27 EU members had reported forest fires. A team of experts from the United Nations will remove oil from a decaying tanker off the coast of Yemen. The decaying ship has more than 1 million barrels of oil stored on board. UN experts have warned that the ship is on the verge of breaking and sinking. This could lead to a massive oil leak near Yemen. Changing climate and weather patterns are taking a toll on wheat farmers in the enclave of Gaza. The lack of rain and spells of extreme heat are damaging crops. According to a local farmers' body, wheat harvest has fallen by over 1,000 tons since last year. Climate activists are struggling to keep Kyrgyzstan's Lake Issyk free from plastic waste. Over 20 tons of cellophane plastic have been removed from the lake since the start of this year. Meanwhile, activists have pledged to clean the lake on the 5th of June annually. This will be done to celebrate World Environment Day. They vowed to remove plastic from the lake for the next 50 years. Awareness about plastic waste left at the base camp of the world's tallest peak, Mount Everest. Tenzin Sherpa has said he removed over 200 kilograms of litter left behind at the camp. He added that thousands of kgs of plastic waste were yet to be removed. On record with 17 deaths this year. Researchers are blaming climate change for the rise in deaths. Changing weather patterns are causing unpredictable snowstorms in the Himalayas. This has made mountaineering dangerous, particularly at higher altitudes with less oxygen. Scientists have discovered that rock flour ground in Greenland's glaciers can trap carbon dioxide. The flour is produced as the glacier ice grinds the rocky Earth's surface. During this process, carbon dioxide in the air is consumed, reducing its presence from the atmosphere. Greenland's glaciers produce over 1 billion tons of rock flour every year. Scientists are saying that the flour could remove billions of tons of carbon dioxide. This would help in reducing global temperatures. A U.S. airline, Delta Air, is facing a lawsuit worth over $1 billion. The airline has been accused of projecting false and misleading carbon neutrality claims. In 2020, Delta had announced plans to go carbon neutral to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions from its aircraft. However, the new legal action has claimed that Delta has done little to follow carbon neutrality procedures. According to reports, Goldman Sachs is expected to cut about 250 jobs next week. The departures could be spread across senior levels. Reports say this could include its partners and managing directors as well. In January, the financial giant reduced its headcount by about 3,000. It was the company's biggest round of layoffs since the 2008 financial crisis. Goldman Sachs has also said that senior leader Dina Powell McCormick is leaving the firm. She served as the company's head of sovereign business as well as the Global Head of Sustainability and Inclusive Growth. Powell McCormick had joined the financial giant in 2007. She will now join the merchant bank BDT and MSD Partners. Elon Musk has kicked off the second day of his China trip. He met the country's Commerce Ministry on Wednesday morning. Reports say he'll also meet other officials during his visit. So far, there are no details of who he will meet or what issues they will discuss. Musk is also expected to visit Tesla's Shanghai plant later this week. Australia's central bank has said that it will not sign any new contracts with PricewaterhouseCoopers Australia, at least not until the investigation over its tax document leak scandal is over. Australian officials are calling for the government to blacklist PwC Australia until the company responds to the scandal appropriately. The auditing giant has been accused of leaking confidential government documents to proliferate its business. Reports show that consumer prices in Australia rose more than expected in April. This is because of a jump in fuel prices and strong gains in the housing sector. The fuel price rise has increased the chances of a 25 basis point interest rate hike next month. Australia's central bank has warned that more rate hikes may be required to reduce inflation. A former manager of Coinbase, Ishan Wahi, and his brother Nikhil Wahi have agreed to settle civil charges against them. The siblings have been accused of insider trading of crypto assets. However, neither received a penalty order. Coinbase is a US-based crypto exchange. These charges were posed by America's market watchdog, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The regulator said, and I quote, "The SEC determined not to seek civil penalties in light of the Wahi brothers' prison sentences." U.S. based chip-making company Nvidia briefly joined the $1 trillion valuation club yesterday. The company's stock value has tripled in less than 8 months. The latest surge comes from a rally last week. It jump-started after Nvidia announced its revenue forecast for the second quarter. The forecast was more than 50% above what Wall Street analysts had estimated. Other companies in the $1 trillion club include Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Amazon. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will meet OpenAI CEO Sam Altman this Thursday. The meeting comes after Altman threatened to leave the EU after its upcoming AI regulations. Last week, the OpenAI CEO said that the company would exit the EU if it won't be able to comply with the rules. However, he later backtracked to say that he had no plans to leave the bloc. European Union's industry chief, Thierry Breton, will also reportedly meet OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. They'll meet next month in San Francisco. Reports say that they will discuss how OpenAI can implement the EU's upcoming rules on artificial intelligence. Breton is the one who devised the new AI rules. Dating app Bumble has said that its president, Tariq Shaukat, is stepping down. He's resigning after 3 years in the role. As the president, he led the company's global business, including technology and finance operations. He also led Bumble through its initial public offering in 2021. The company has said that Shaukat will now move into an advisory role starting September 1st. Coming to sports, England will host Ireland for a one-off test match at Lord's on Thursday. England all-rounder Ben Stokes will lead the team against Ireland. Meanwhile, pacer James Anderson has been ruled out from the English side due to injuries. He'll be replaced by Josh Tongue, who will make his international debut. In football, Manchester United striker Anthony Martial has suffered a muscle tear in his hamstring. Martial reported pain in his hamstring during Sunday's match against Fulham. He's been ruled out from Saturday's FA Cup final against Manchester City. Meanwhile, Manchester City's Pep Guardiola has been named the best Premier League manager. He was awarded by the League Managers Association. Guardiola has now won the award 4 times. He previously won the award in 2017, 2018 and 2020. He becomes the second manager to have won the award 4 times. Leading the way, of course, is former Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson with 11 awards. Sevilla are looking to clinch their 7th Europa League title against AS Roma on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Roma have never won the Europa League. They're hoping to change that under the leadership of Jose Mourinho. Mourinho has won 5 major European trophies with his previous teams. Neither Sevilla nor Mourinho have ever lost a European final. Serie A club Juventus have agreed to pay a fine of almost $800,000. The club also agreed not to challenge this season's 10-point deduction. Juventus were docked 10 points for multiple financial scandals by the Italian football authorities. With 1 match left this season, Juventus looks set to finish 7th in Serie A. In tennis, world number 2 Daniil Medvedev became the highest-ranked player to crash out of the French Open. Russia's Medvedev lost to Brazilian Thiago Wild after losing 3 of the 5 sets in the match. After the loss, Medvedev said that he had no regrets about ending his clay court season early. World number 1 Iga Świątek breezed into the second round of the French Open. Poland's Świątek beat Spain's Cristina Busca 6-4, 6-0 in a one-sided match. Świątek is looking to defend her Roland Garros title. She has won the French Open 3 times in the last 4 seasons. Meanwhile, Elena Rybakina also advanced to the second round at the French Open. She defeated her Czech opponent with a comfortable 6-4, 6-2 win. She'll now face another Czech player, Linda Noskova, in the next round. In basketball, Bob Myers, the general manager of the NBA franchise Golden State Warriors, has stepped down. Myers has spent 12 years with the Warriors. The Warriors won the NBA title 4 times during his tenure. Warriors are yet to announce his replacement. Latvia has declared a national holiday to commemorate the national team's win in the recent Ice Hockey World Championships. The Baltic nation had shocked heavyweights USA to earn the bronze medal on Sunday. They won 4-3 in overtime. This is the first time that Latvia won a medal at the Ice Hockey World Championships. Veteran American actor and filmmaker Al Pacino is set to become a father at the age of 83. Al Pacino will have his 4th child with his 29-year-old girlfriend Noor Al-Falah. The couple had been reportedly quietly dating since the COVID-19 pandemic. India's veteran actor Zeenat Aman has shared new pictures on Instagram. She said that the photos were inspired by Hollywood actor Audrey Hepburn. She also said in the post that she would have loved to play the character of Moira Rose in the hit series Schitt's Creek. HBO has said that nearly 3 million people watched or streamed the series finale of Succession on Sunday night. This has beat the first night record of 2.75 million for an episode that aired on April 30th. The series finale provided an answer to the questions central to the story. American actor Ming-Na Wen has got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She witnessed the unveiling of her star alongside her co-actors for the film The Joy Luck Club. The actor has been a soap star, a primetime star, a part of the Star Wars universe, and a Disney legend. The Little Mermaid has made a return to the big screen. The movie has earned about $118 million. This is the 5th highest in Memorial Day box office opening history. The film has managed to draw audiences from multiple generations. The original Ariel movie was released back in 1988. Actor Chris Hemsworth has said that he's open to returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he has one condition. He said he does not want to leave the audience exhausted. Hemsworth told a news publication that his decision to return to the MCU will depend on the story. He said the story needs to be unique. John Wick director Chad Stahelski has said that he's open to directing more films and spin-offs in the franchise. Lionsgate chairperson Joe Drake has revealed that a fifth movie in the action franchise is in the works. Meanwhile, Stahelski has confirmed that he will consider making a return with another John Wick movie if provided with the perfect story. Actor Sydney Sweeney has said that she creates character books for every character she has played. She told a magazine that she built the character's entire life from the day they're born to the first page of the script. She added that she looks at all her characters as real people. Sydney Sweeney is best known for playing Cassie Howard in the drama series Euphoria. Korean actor-singer Lee Seong-gi has deleted all the posts from his official Instagram account. This caused worries among his 4 million followers on the social media platform. However, the artist's management agency has issued a clarification. Lee's agency said that the move has been made for renewal purposes. Singer Sia has opened up about being diagnosed with autism. During a podcast, she said, and I quote, "For 45 years, I was like, I've got to put on my human suit, and only in the last 2 years have I become fully myself." Sia, who sang hits including Chandelier and Unstoppable, faced criticism from the autism community. She was slammed over the casting of actor Maddie Ziegler, who portrayed a character with autism in one of Sia's music videos.